but they are rejoicing about the right hand. Look how many times you hear his arm, his right hand. Now, let's give you the example. Y'all ready? Y'all ready, y'all ding? Y'all ready? Y'all supposed to be like the shows. Yeah! Y'all ain't like Mr. Rod's Neighborhood, man. Man, bro. Wah, wah. Now, this is the example we're going to give you. This is what the understanding was of the coming. Come on, y'all.
Get an image, Mark. Ready for a camera.
This is understand. I'm gonna get out the way. I'm gonna get out the way real quick. Just keep watching. Mark got that music going. All right, Mark, go and set it out. You go ahead. That you waiting on the Mashiach. Go ahead.
We are still waiting on the Mashiach.
Come on. Aki. Why yours are Japanese? Your hands moving for you.
We're in bondage.
Oh yeah, we're still divorced.
We've been in captivity for years.
When is the Mashiach coming?
Years.
Look, we don't see none of them.
Yeah, y'all gotta raise it up. Go ahead, keep doing it.
When is the Mashiach coming?
Okay.
Maybe you'll come.
YaHUaH, deliver us.
Deliver us.
It is I,
Deliver us.
the saving right hand of YaHUaH. The saving right hand. I have come to save you, the people. If I have come to save you, if you believe on me, you shall live eternally. You believe?
I believe.
You believe?
I believe.
You believe?
I believe.
He that believes on me, though he was dead, yet shall he live. And go ahead now. Go ahead. You're so silly. You got me laughing. I can't get my point out. Get on, man. All right, now. We kept it simple for you real quick. We kept it simple for you real quick. Even though that was my right hand, that was the puppet, that was the vessel used to come to a group of puppets. So it's like this. Let's say instead of men, you had puppets. Somebody put wow. Instead of men, you had puppets. And in saving the puppets that I created, because we all say we are in the potter's hand. We are molded as clay, as puppets. We are animated by his rule. The same way we animate puppets. It's animation. So all these puppets are looking for their creator. They're one that married them. Not only created them, but married them. So they are awaiting that. So he knows that if they look up on him, they shall die in their crime. They are not Kadash enough. We know Masha looked at him face to face, but Masha was Kadash to him. Huh? We know Yaakov looked at him face to face, but at the time he did, he was Kadash. So what did he have to make? He had to make himself prepare for me a body that looks like my puppets, that looks like the people I'm coming to save. So that they await this, they already know I'm coming, but they will see me in a form that they can relate to. That form that they can understand. Let me get the sock back. He don't recruit his sock back. But this is the understanding. So he comes in the image of crime-filled flesh. It is his rule. We say YaHUaH is spirit all day long. But what he did was inhabit a vessel to be able to teach them how to pray. You get what I'm saying? Throw me one of them socks back, too. Let me get the Torah blue one. Let me get that.
Can I show you something real quick?
Go ahead,
I'm not going to get into the video. I just want to put my hand in the video because I just thought about this while you had us doing this.
Go ahead.
Let's do this. All right. So what you were talking about is this is my right hand, right?
Right.
And this is the puppet you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This puppet is me.
Right.
Because when you were talking about how the Ruach gives animation, the only thing that this puppet can animate this puppet is whatever's coming out of me.
Come on,
So it's what's coming out of me that makes this puppet do what it does and say what it says. So
See, you didn't expect the Kadash puppet show.
It's the same.
You didn't.
It's the same principle.
It's the same principle.
It's the same
So
principle.
that's why when he came, he had to teach them how to pray to himself. Huh? Teach us how to pray. Abinu. Why he didn't say YaHUaH? He was given another relationship. I've divorced you. I'm bringing you back as my Yaladim, my children. You left out as the children. So Abinu, Shabbat Shamayim, our Father who is in the heavens. He's teaching them how to pray to himself. Watch this. He would send them out. And in the fourth watch it said he went to pray. Why did he pray? Why did he pray to himself? That's what people say. I can't understand why he prayed to himself. Because as long as I'm in this vessel, as long as I'm in this being, I have to talk to myself, because even this vessel that I'm in must learn obedience.
Right. All right. That's a book.
Is that not book? That vessel that he used must have to come into subjection. That's why when they tried to make him king, he ran. Boy, let me throw this. He ran. He fled away from kingship because he said he knew what was in what? He knew what was in the vessel he was in. Yeah. He knew that if he made himself a king on earth, he wouldn't do the will to establish a kingdom for his people. He is preparing a place for his bride. And he has to not only think of himself, he has to not only think of himself, he has to think of his bride. So if I become a king on the earth now, I have left the bride I've divorced with no savior. You don't understand the mind of YaHUaH. You don't understand that we took it and then we made it simple as puppets. But that's his mind. To him, and that flesh is just like Zamir Yahu's socks. Worthless. Told her I'll wear your socks.
Wait a minute, I don't know about his socks. Don't put him out
I got excited.
That's my song.
That's a good sock. Okay, he had the good sock. Man.
He didn't have all the pink socks. Old Pinky. There's not old Pinky over there.
Man, we rejoicing in the Shabbat. But in real talk, in real life, just like that sock, watch this. If that sock gets damaged or something, he gonna trash them socks. I asked Ak for the socks. He brought his socks to us. But it's like this with YaHUaH. To us, to him, we are what? Filthy rags. Filthy rags. We are a sock. It is us that has puffed ourselves up to think we something greater. It's us that think we walk around here thinking we somebody. But when you walk in wickedness, you ain't nothing but a raggedy sock to YaHUaH. Wow. Filthy rags. Even worse, you are menstrual socks. Wow. Because that filthy rag is used to get the menstruation off of them. That's what that obrit is. You are a menstrual sock. Wow. You understand that? So how you act like you something great when he saw you? Watch this. He saw you worthy enough to inhabit one of those filthy socks. Not saying your socks filthy. It's okay. That was just an example. We use our good socks to make the sample for some filthy socks. I just want to make that clear. You know, see, man, I wonder what kind of socks he got on today. but anyway, he saw us as that, filthy vessels. And he said, you know what? I'm going to come in the image of a filthy vessel. A vessel that I made, that I repented making at the time of Noah. If I repented making man in 6, he waited to all this time to find the appointed time and place in time, because he's eternal, to come as a filthy vessel to bring us back. So those people that were talking, those puppets that's saying, where's the Mashiach? We are waiting. He's hearing their cries. He ain't hearing every wicked man's cry. He's looking for those that seeking repentance. He who deserves to be served became a servant and gave his life as a ransom for many. Go ahead, Op. Okay, we finna get in this book.
That's brought it to us. But I believe that YaHUaH is one, just like his word says. But, really no but and. We have to have an understanding of, YaHUaH being Ruach, being spirit. All right, and we have to also have an understanding of the limitlessness of his power and things that he's already shown us that he can do sometimes I think they go over our head and we just don't look at it. So I want to show you this illustration. Nephew, ice tray, right?
Yes, sir. Ice tray.
Ice tray. Bottled water, right?
Bottled water.
Bottled water. All right. I'm sorry, I forgot one thing. Be right back.
Keep watching. They'll be right back.
All right, I'm back. Last thing, pot of water. Hot water. It's not boiling anymore, but it was. All right. Now, I want to show you this. Like I said, I'm not trying to talk to people like you're stupid. I'm just, sometimes a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. All right. I did this yesterday. All right, so I poured, this is 1 bottle of water, right? So we agree that this is 1. The water in this bottle is the original water, okay? Now, what I want to show you is that yesterday I did this same thing. So I'm just going to do this for an example. You see these ice cubes, right? All right, and you probably can't see the steam coming up from this water, from this hot water, because my camera is not that great. It's a cheap phone. But anyway, we got water in this steam here. Basically, what I did was I took this bottle of water, poured this water into the ice tray, poured the water into the pot. Now we have, this water is the same as the water that I poured in this ice tray, and is the same as the water I poured in this pot. It's not 2 separate waters. It's 1 water. We can turn this water into ice, into steam, and still be liquid at the same time. And it's all still the same water. All right, YaHUaH is 1. All right. But if we look at the illustration of the water is not different. It is the same water. We made ice cubes out of it. We made steam out of it. Check this out. This is the same water. We could use this water to refresh ourselves. We could drink this water and nourish us on the inside. We could use this water to clean ourselves. We take showers in the water. We clean ourselves with the water. Same water. I could drink it. I could bathe in it. We could use this water to clean a wound. Got a cut. Clean the wound. Got many things we could do with this water. We could use this ice to cool down a drink. Cool down a drink. We can use that same ice to cool our own body. Say you're on a hot day. With a piece of ice and you rub it across yourself. Multiple uses for the ice. We could use this steam. We could breathe in that steam. Opening ourselves up on the inside. A lot of times you'll do that when you have a cold. We can use that same steam to iron our clothes. You got steam irons. Pour the water in there, create steam. Steam irons clothes. There's so many different uses for steam. You can use steam to clean. A lot of cleaners use steam. My point is that you have different multiple uses, but it's all the same water. You have multiple functions. It's all the same water. The water didn't change. It's the same water. Now, let me show you this. YaHUaH is the water. YaHUaH cleanses us. YaHUaH speaks to us through his word. He cleanses us. He refreshes us. YaHUaH's Ruach comes inside of us, gives us life. All right. This same water is YaHUaH. He's 1. This water can go into every single person that receives him. Pour this water into this bowl, I mean. It's boiling, it's steam. Now he can blow his Ruach across the whole earth. He can pour out his spirit upon all flesh. Same water. Not 50,000 different ruachs. One ruach, multiple people, same water. Same concept with the Mashiach. Listen to this. I saw somebody say, you're silly for thinking that YaHUaH is YaHUsHa. How is he going to pray to himself? How is he in the Shemayim when he prays to himself? When he's on the earth? Same water. Same water. Same water. In heaven, in earth, same time. Same water. YaHUaH is one. YaHUaH is Ruach. Says that he will pour out his Ruach upon all flesh. His sons and his daughters will prophesy. How can YaHUaH be one and be in all of us? The same way he can be in the Shemayim and have multiplied, not multiplied, but duplicated himself into the earth in the form of the Son. I don't want to hold this video long. I just wanted to give this brief illustration because, quite frankly, I'm just going to be for real. Whether someone believes YaHUaH is YaHUsHa or not, the point is you can't argue this illustration. No one can argue this illustration that the water is the same. It's not two different waters. It's not three different waters. It's not 3,000 different waters. It's one water that can become ice if you freeze it. It can become steam if you heat it up. It is the same water. When this water evaporates, if this was in a contained area and this water evaporated, when it came back down, it would be the same water. So if this evaporated, the condensation that came back down would be the same water, not something different. It doesn't go up and change. It's the same water in a different form. The form of liquid, the form of ice, solid, and the form of steam. All from the same water, same source. YaHUaH is one. I believe in the Mashiach. I believe that YaHUaH is YaHUsHa. This video wasn't to fuss or to, come down on anybody. It was just to give this brief illustration of showing how YaHUaH is one, but YaHUaH can reveal himself in many different forms. Many different forms. That is not Catholicism. That's truthful fact that cannot be debated. Because if you don't believe that, then it's impossible to believe that YaHUaH's Ruach can live in you. Impossible to believe that. If you don't believe that he can reveal himself and show himself in different forms, in different ways, while he's still in the Shemayim, on his throne. He's one, but he's in the Shemayim on his throne, yet his Ruach lives in us right here. That right there is just enough evidence. But we can see physical evidence too here that you cannot deny that this is the same water. Whether it's in this bottle, whether it's in this ice tray, or whether it's in this pot getting ready to be steamed and evaporate into the air, it's still the same water. All right. Shalom, shalom. We'll get ready for the Shabbat. I love you guys deeply. I hope you guys have a wonderful Shabbat, and much love to you.
Hey everybody, dit is YaHUsHa, man of the darkness, man. Apply YaHUaH's word in your life, deny yourself daily, pick up his stake, and follow YaHUsHa Mashiach all day, every day. YaHUaH is YaHUsHa in the flesh. If you have seen me, you have seen the Father. No one comes to the Father except for me. The Father and I are one, Achad. Before Abraham, I was. Okay, so yes, I have made this picture by myself right now, and to give you good explanation that YaHUaH is YaHUsHa. So YaHUsHa is the Father, because YaHUsHa is the only one who is hanging on the stake. Yes. And why is the name YaHUaH? That he was hanging on the stake. So let me let you see. You see this? The hand, behold, the nail, behold. You see? Okay, then you see it. they're standing, literally standing this. Yod, hey, U, hey. You see? YaHUaH standing there. So. And what it does mean is that this. Hey. This man. This stick man. This man. Slash arms raise it. You see? A yod is the arm. You see? We close the hand. And U, the eye, the tent peg, the tent peg. And the tau is the to cross it. It's not the cross from the Tammuz. It is the Tav, Alpha Tau, to cross the stake. You see? And that will make this picture. As you can see here, what I've made. You see? See it? Stake. So they're standing really. The hand. Behold. The nail. Behold. And then you see here the stake. You see? So YaHUaH is YaHUsHa. So read this down there from John chapter 19 verse 19. And a Pilate wrote a title to and put it on a stake, as it is what written, YaHUsHa of Nazareth, the sovereign of the kings of Yahudim. And as well in Isaiah YaShayahu chapter 53 verse 5, but he was pierced for our transgressions, and he was scourged for our crookedness. The chastisement for peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. You see? So there you have it. So this whole thing is YaHUaH. So YaHUaH is YaHUsHa in the flesh. You see? So, and it as well, the Strongs is the derivative of the Strongs. It means exist. Of so be, of there is, and you can name it. It has a lot of meanings. That H 1961. What you see now, this whole picture, you can screenshot it or whatever you want to do. You already know, and you can use it then. But it is really what YaHUsHa is, and as well you can read it in Zechariah, as well. They're standing the same thing. You already know. So this is the same thing. You see in Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 10. And I shall pour out the house of Dawood on the inhabitants of the Jerusalem, a ruach of the favor, and palal rings, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him, as one mourn for his only boon, and they shall be bitterness over him, as they bitterness over the firstborn. You see? And who's talking in this stuff? You want to see? You see it already. Who's talking the stuff? YaHUaH is talking here. You see? And in that day YaHUaH shall shield the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and the feeble among them in that day shall be like Dawood, and the house of Dawood like the Aluah, like the messenger of YaHUaH before them. And it shall be that day that I seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. You see, and then it said, and I shall pour out the house of Dawood on the inhabitants of the Jerusalem, the ruach of the favor of the palace, that they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him, mourn for his only son, and they shall be in bitterness over him, as they bitterness over the firstborn. You see, so they have it. So YaHUaH is YaHUsHa in the flesh. So YaHUsHa, yes, YaHUsHa is the Father. Okay. So, there you have it, man. And one more reminder then from. Then it came to the word of Aluah unto Adam, And he said to him, O Adam, as you have shed your blood, so will I shed my own blood, when I become flesh of your descendants. And as you died, O Adam, also will I die. As you built an altar, so will I make for you an altar on the arrest. As you have offered your blood on it, so also will I offer my blood on the altar on the arrest. You see, in Adam and Eve, chapter 24, verse 24. There you have it, man. And as well, Philippians chapter 2, verse 9 to 11. Wherefore YaHUaH also has highly exalted him unto give him the name which is above every name, that the name of YaHUsHa every knee shall bow, of things in Shamaim, on things on the arrest, on things under the arrest, and every tongue should confess that YaHUsHa HaMashiach, to esteem of YaHUaH the Abba. You see? So, and this whole verse go on and on with all the stuff that YaHUaH is YaHUsHa in the flesh, all day, every day. So, what I really want to say is like, YaHUsHa HaMashiach in the flesh is the same for evermore. We esteem and honor him by knowing him. One mind is Father, one body is Son, one Ruach is omnipresent. All make up one being, according to Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. You know? So there you have it, everybody. So, say it out loud. YaHUaH is YaHUsHa in the flesh. YaHUsHa is the Father himself, from head to toe, the visible version. You see? Yadi YaHUaH, man. Much love. Always team to YaHUaH, YaHUsHa HaMashiach. All day, every day. This YaHUsha Minor Productions. And stay tuned for the next videos, man. You already know.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to pop on here and give all praise, honor, esteem to the Most High YaHUaH, and who is YaHUsHa HaMashiach. And I came upon that revelation because I saw the two sides. There was this, there was the side that they say YaHUaH is YaHUsHa, and there's the other side where they don't believe YaHUaH is YaHUsHa. And I don't think the people, I think I earnestly prayed about it because I got a turmoil going on inside of me, and I was like frantic at one point. And so then I covered my head, I got on my knees on the side of my bed, and I just started crying out to the Father, please give me the truth. Are you YaHUsHa, or is YaHUaH separate from YaHUsHa? So I got on the side of my bed. I did that. I got up back on my bed. I opened my Bible up randomly to Zechariah, to Zechariah 12, and I started reading, and it said, okay, let's do that now. Actually, I was going to do the Proverbs, but taking a turn here. Okay, to Zechariah. Where are you? Zechariah. And I started reading Zechariah 12 up to where, verse 10, and I shall pour on the house of David and on the inhabitants of Jerusalem a spirit of favor and prayers, or palaus, and they shall look on me whom they pierced, and they shall mourn for him as one mourns for his only son, and they shall be in bitterness over him as a bitterness over the firstborn. And then, just yesterday, I was in the book of Hosea, and let me see, where was that? Where was that? Let me find that and come back a second. Okay, I found it. It's in Hosea 13, verse 4. But I am YaHUaH, your YaHUsHa, since the land of Mitzrayim, and YaHUsHa besides me you shall not know. For there is no Savior besides me. And this is further confirmation to me that YaHUaH is YaHUsHa. And I pray that you guys take this to prayer and cry out to the Most High about the truth, and He will show you this. And I'm a firm believer of just opening up my scriptures randomly and just look down, and then it's right there in my face. He makes it very simple for those who seek Him. And so I'm sticking with it, and I'm also starting to receive deliverance without doing all these elaborate denouncing prayers and this, that, and the third, and oh, my family was in Freemasonry, so I gotta cut that off. No. So in my future videos I want to expound upon that. And so I'm excited and on fire for YaHUaH, and He's delivering me. Yada YaHUaH, praise YaHUaH. We thank you, YaHUaH, for YaHUsHa. All praise to the Most High.
Hello everybody, this is YaHUsHa, my production. Supply YaHUaH's word in your life, deny yourself daily, pick up the mistake and follow YaHUsHa Messiah all day, every day. YaHUaH is YaHUsHa in the flesh. All day, every day. I love you, YaHUaH, I love you, YaHUsHa. All day, every day. Okay, this is a chapter from today, Bereshit, chapter 1, verse 26. Many people go crazy once they read this stuff. They think, oh, there's a Trinity, for 40, or 50, or you can name it, man. No, there's only one person, Achad, is what's called it. The Father and I are one. That is what He always say, and that is what it is, and that is what it always is. And there is no seeds is coming into the Maria. She never have a seed in her stomach. It was just the spirit of YaHUaH itself. The Ruach itself is coming in her belly and is growing as a human out of her. And YaHUaH said here, yeah, I am now in the form of a human form. I'm YaHUsHa. And He did all those things that no human can do. There you have it already. But this is another video. But what I really want to say about this Bereshit, chapter 1, verse 26, it said, let me read it for y'all, man. And YaHUaH said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over all the creeping creatures that creeping on the ground. You see? So he said, and YaHUaH said, let us make man in our image. You see? He not say, and YaHUaH said, let me make man in mine image, according to mine likeness. No. He said, and YaHUaH said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. So what did it said? He said, the Ruach we know is invisible. YaHUaH is invisible. YaHUsHa is visible. So there. In the beginning, he said to YaHUsHa, the invisible person, said to the visible person, he said, let us make man in our likeness, our image. He said to himself, of course. So let me explain this more. You have a mind, soul and body. Put those three things on the ground, on the floor, and you see those three things laying on the ground. You see a spirit, body, and of a spirit, mind, body and soul. You see it there, those three things. And those three things are still you. And don't say there are those three persons, man. No, it is still you. Put it all those three together and then make you again one person. That soul, mind and body. Put it in one and it forms you. You see? So there you have it. This is no three separated things. It is just one thing. Okay, let me go back from, and YaHUaH said, let us make a man in our, according to our likeness. So he said to him from, hey, let man make us to our image. That is what he said. You see? So he said to him, you see nothing? And he said, in our image. In our image. That's what he said. The Ruach is invisible, and YaHUsHa is the visible one. The Ruach, YaHUaH, the Ruach, YaHUsHa. The Ruach, YaHUaH, the Ruach, YaHUsHa. You see? So he said, YaHUaH said to YaHUsHa from, hey man, let man make man made in our image. That is what he said to him. To himself, of course. Because the Ruach is invisible. YaHUaH is invisible. So he's dwelling like this in the visible thing. And he said to the thing, to YaHUsHa, he said, hey, let man make us in our image. You see? And then he's walking further, YaHUsHa. And he said, hey Adam, where are you? Adam said, yeah, I hide myself with some big leaves because I hide my nakedness. He said, who told you that you are naked? So there you have it already. He was walking there in the garden. If we know that YaHUaH is invisible, he cannot walk there in the garden. But his name is there standing there that he was walking in the garden. But it is YaHUsHa. You see? And as well, in Genesis chapter 18, it said, he was coming to the mountains with Elijah or the other prophet, and he was coming there, and Abraham was there, and Abraham said, hey man, you're right here, oh nice man, are you gonna stay here? We're gonna build some tent for you, and food and stuff. I can't do it directly. He said, no, it's okay man, we talk and stuff. I said, okay, now I will fix your food and things, and he was running away and take the food and stuff, and he was coming back and talk a little bit, and he was gone. That's why YaHUsHa always said, before Abraham I was. That's that one in chapter 18. You see? So, like I said before, YaHUaH is invisible and YaHUsHa is visible. So the invisible person said to the visible person, hey, let man make us our image. And the visible person said, okay, let's do it. You see? As an example, in your head, you can write everything down in your head from just a circle. Write the circle in your head. You did it now? Okay, you did write a circle in your head. And now, you know it, everything. Now you must put it in life, make it work, and let it see that it is really there, the circle. How? I can use my body to do it. Put it on the paper and there you have it, a circle. And you see? the circle's alive, man. I say, oh, you see? But what you're doing is say, oh, I see just a circle and that's it. No, who made that circle? And who thought about the circle? And who can make this circle alive? I was the person who made draw the circle, you see? And all the stuff, man. So, yeah. There are much stuff that I can talk about this stuff, but like I said, YaHUaH said, let man make us in our image. You see? So there was more persons there then. Of course. The Ruach, YaHUaH, YaHUsHa, the flesh person. You see? The body, the mind and the soul. So the body is YaHUsHa, the mind is YaHUaH, and the soul is YaHUaH. You see? The soul and the mind you cannot see. But the flesh you can see, the body. And that's YaHUsHa. So there you have it. Okay, and as well, I come with a new video later. That video, and then you will see that all those, the Old Testament is pointed out to YaHUsHa, that he was coming, and that he is YaHUaH, YaHUsHa in the flesh, all the stuff. I come with this part one. Let me put it this way. This part one. Stay tuned, everybody. YaHUsHa Minor Productions. Apply YaHUaH's word in your life. YaHUsHa's word, YaHUaH's word, and deny yourself day. And pick up his stake from YaHUsHa and follow him. And YaHUaH is YaHUsHa in the flesh. If you see me, you have seen the Father. No one comes to the Father except for me. The Father and I are one. Before Abraham I was. You see? And even he okay, much love everybody. Stay tuned. All esteem to YaHUaH, YaHUaH, YaHUsHa from Messiah. Yeah, Samuel 1, chapter 2, verse 10. The adversaries of YaHUaH shall be broken to pieces. Out of the Shamahin shall he thunder upon them. YaHUaH shall judge the ends of the earth, and shall give strength unto his king, and exalt the horn of his anointed. You see? So this is where YaHUsHa is already. And you see it? The adversaries of YaHUaH shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thundered upon them. YaHUaH shall judge the ends of the earth. And you already know YaHUsHa will judge on the day when he coming back. And here said YaHUaH. But you already know that YaHUsHa judge all everybody. And who makes YaHUsHa? Who makes YaHUaH. So YaHUaH is YaHUsHa. There you have it already. In this part. Okay. And let's read to this book. In Samuel 2 Samuel chapter 7 verse 12. And when your days be fulfilled, and you shall sleep with your fathers, I will set up your seed after you, which shall proceed out of your generation, and I will establish his kingdom. YaHUsHa Messiah. You see, there he is again. YaHUaH speaking about YaHUsHa himself again, so that he will proceed out of your generation, and he will establish his kingdom. And when your days be fulfilled, and you shall sleep with your fathers, I will set up your seed after you, which I shall proceeded out of your generation, and I will establish his kingdom. You see? So, there we have it again. Here is YaHUaH, YaHUsHa again. Here's another verse that I want to show you. You can see in Devarai Hayamahim, Rise on 1, Chronicles chapter 17, verse 14. But I will settle him in my house, and in my kingdom forever, and his throne shall be established forevermore. You see, YaHUaH is talking about YaHUsHa again here, in this Old Testament, again, in the Devarai Hayamahim. You see? So YaHUaH is there, YaHUsHa is there already, and he's talking about himself, that he's coming, and that his kingdom is there forever, and that he will settle him in my house, and in my kingdom forever, and his throne shall be established forevermore. There's only one throne, and that is from YaHUaH. Why he's talking about this throne then? He talk about his own throne, and that is YaHUsHa. You see? There you have it already, in Bryson chapter 1 of, yeah, you see it. Okay, man. Here's another verse. Hold on. Here's another one. In YaHUaH. In Job, chapter 19, verse 25. For I know that my Redeemer lives, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. You see? So even Job said that YaHUsHa is there and comes and knows all that stuff, man. You see it? So, for I know that my Redeemer lives, and that he shall stand at the latter of the day upon the earth. You see? So, let's read more. More. Much more. Misalahi, Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 4. Who has ascended up into heaven, Shamahim, or descended? Who has gathered the wind in his fist? Who has bound the waters in a garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name? If you can tell, I can tell. YaHUaH, YaHUsHa, all day, every day. You see it? And this is talking about in Proverbs there already, that YaHUaH, YaHUsHa is there. And that he make all everything, and that YaHUaH is YaHUsHa itself. So, here more. Here comes more. In a Kohelet, Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 11. The words of the wise are as goats, and the nails fastened by the master of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. And you already know who the shepherd is? That's YaHUsHa. YaHUaH, YaHUsHa, HaMashiach, all day, every day. So the words of the wise are as goats, and as the nails fastened by the master of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. YaHUaH, YaHUsHa, HaMashiach, all day, every day. You see? And there was much more, I'll let you see. YaHUaH, Isaiah chapter 53, verse 5. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. Thank you, YaHUaH. Thank you, YaHUsHa. Wow, I love you. Thank you for this. We not deserve it at all, but thank you. You see? But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. And who was that person? YaHUsHa. YaHUaH, YaHUsHa, HaMashiach, all day, every day. So here's much more I'm gonna show you. Daniel, chapter 9, verse 25. Know and understand that from the going forth of the word to return unto the build of Yerushalayim, or better said, Yerushalom, until Mashiach, the prince, is 7 weeks, and 62 weeks. Diligently building the wide street in the times of distress. You see, his name standing there already. Know and understand that from the going forth of the word to return unto the build YaHUshalom, Shalom, until Mashiach, the prince, is 7 weeks, and 62 weeks, diligently building the wide street in the times of distress. Yada YaHUaH. YaHUaH is YaHUsHa in the flesh. And there's so much more I'm gonna show you right now. Much more. Micah, God, chapter 5, verse 2 till 3. But you, Bethlehem, Ephratah. Toch, you be little among the thousands of Yehuda, yet out of you shall he come forth unto me, that is to be a ruler in Yasharal, who is going forth having been from of old, from everlasting. Therefore will he give them up unto the time that she which travails has brought forth. Then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Yasharal. You see? But you, Pahit, Lechem, Ephrahat, toch you will be a little among the thousands of Yehuda. Yet out of you shall come forth unto me, that is to be a ruler in YaHUsHa. And who is the ruler in YaHUsHa? There's only one ruler, one master, one teacher, one king, one creator, and that is YaHUsHa Mashiach, who is going forth, having been from of old, from everlasting. Therefore will he give them up until the time that she which travails has brought forth. The remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Yasharal. You see, this is Micah chapter 5 verse 2 till 3. And there's much more. I will show you. Zechariah chapter 9 verse 9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Tyson. Shout out, daughters of YaHUshalom. Of YaHUshalom. Behold, your king comes unto you. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon a ass, and upon a colt, the foal of an ass. Okay. This ass thing is, I think, is a donkey, But he was coming on a donkey, and all the stuff. But I don't understand why they use this. The Sefer by her. I know, I don't like this Sefer stuff. But yeah, but since y'all people think that Sefer is the thing, so that is why I make this video in the Sefer. But for me, I will stick to the Abritong and the ancient Hebrew Torah and all the stuff you already know. But this is now a video to point out in the Old Testament that YaHUsHa is in the flesh, and that YaHUsHa is there already before the creation and in the creation and before everything was made and all everything, man. So here you see it. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Tyson. Shout out, O daughter of YaHUshalom. Behold, your king is come unto you. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass and upon a colt, the foal of an ass. You see? So, yeah, man. And here's much more. I can let you see. Malachi, chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me, and Adonai, whom ye seek, shall suddenly come to his temple. Even the messengers of the covenant in the womb ye delight, behold, he shall come, says YaHUaH Tzasafot. And Adonai, behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. And Adonai, whom ye seek, shall suddenly come to his temple. Even the messengers of the covenant in the womb ye delight, behold, he shall come and says YaHUaH Tzasavot. You see? So there you have it already. In the Malachi chapter 3 verse 1, there's YaHUsHa Mashiach already, and that is coming, and all the stuff, like I said, in all those other verses. So let's go to the last verse, and then you will see. Of course, there are many. The whole book point out that YaHUsHa is in the flesh, and that YaHUaH is coming, and YaHUsHa is coming. All the stuff, man, all the stuff. So I can say the whole book, but for now, I'll let you see Genesis 18, what I talked earlier in the previous video in part 1. Bereshit, Genesis chapter 18, verse 1. And YaHUaH appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the den door, and bowed himself toward the ground, and said, My Adonai, if I now have found favor in your sight, pass not away. I will pray you from your servant. Let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, and wash your feet, and rest yourself under the tree. And I will fetch a morsel of bread, and comfort ye your hearts. After that ye shall pass on. For therefore are ye come to your servant. And they said, So do, as you have said. And Abraham hastened into the tent unto Sarah, and said, Make ready quickly 3 measures of the fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearts. Make cakes upon the hearts. And Abraham ran unto the herd, and fetched a calf tender and good, and gave it unto the young man. And he hastened to dress it. And he took the butter and milk, and the calf which he had dressed, and he set it before them, and stood by them under the tree. And they did eat. And they did eat under the tree with YaHUaH, YaHUsHa. You see, YaHUaH was invisible by everybody, so how can he show himself there? It can only be YaHUsHa then, because YaHUsHa is YaHUaH in the flesh. And he said, I will continually return unto you according to the time of life. And I lo, Sarah, your woman, shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door, which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of a woman. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, and saying, After I am waxed old, so I have a pleasure, my Adonai being old also. And YaHUaH said unto all Abraham, Wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, So I of a surgery bear a child which am old? It's anything too hard for YaHUaH? No, it is. You can be YaHUsHa itself. You can do everything what you want, what you please. You can do everything. You are not limited. We're not thinking limited about you. You can be everything, even the things what we deny. Many of us, not me, that is that you are not YaHUsHa, but you can be YaHUsHa, and you are YaHUsHa, and I know that, understand for it. So, is anything too hard for YaHUaH? At the time of appointed, I will return unto you, according to the time of life. And Sarah shall have a son. And Sarah denied, saying, I laughed not, for she was afraid. And he said, Nay, but you did laugh. And the man rose up from his tents, and looked toward Sidon. And Abraham went with them to bring them on the way. And YaHUaH said, So I hide from Abraham the things which I do, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be berooked in him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall guard the way of YaHUaH, to do justice of judgment, that YaHUaH may bring upon Abraham the dove that which he has spoken of him. And YaHUaH said, Because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, because their sin is very grievous. I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which I come unto me, and if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence, and went toward Sidon, but Abraham stood yet before YaHUaH, YaHUsHa, you see. And Abraham drew near, and said, Will you also destroy the righteous with the wicked? You see, and that is the story that he can say, yeah, I got this, that, please, and then blah, blah, all the stuff. But you see, he was talking there constantly with him, face to face, and sitting there with him on the tree, eating all and everything. And if YaHUaH is invisible, he cannot do sitting with an invisible and talking and eating with it. And you see, a plate is floating without ever touching it. No, He was there. And who? YaHUsHa. You see? The Ruach he can never see. YaHUwah can never see. And the Ruach let him make him see. Toch YaHUwah. Of YaHUsHa. Toch YaHUsHa we can see him. And YaHUsHa is him.